We got a problem. The Caterpillar D6, it won't do anything on the pond. There's just too much mud. So we had to call for help. And Scott, he answered our call.
So right now it's just mud on the bottom.
Yes.
But it needs to be clay.
Sure. Yes, it has to be clay, something to seal the water off.
Okay.
It has to be good clay packed to seal the water from leaching under.
How old would you say this pond is?
I asked my dad, and he said that it was more than likely late 30s, early 40s.
Okay, so almost 100 years.
Yeah, and it may be older than that. But,
yeah, and you guys are gonna have to dig out more over here, right?
Sure. Yeah, we're gonna put a key across it, right across here.
Okay, and you'll get the clay from here, this area that they're digging
right
at.
here.
Okay.
I need to be able to get my truck across on that side.
Okay.
From the top.
The dump truck?
Yes.
Okay.
That way he's dumping at the bottom and I'm having to push it up. It's a lot easier to dump at the top and push it down.
Right.
Yeah, gravity helps.
Gravity helps.
And I need to get it wider. I need to get the dam wider.
Okay.
So, because it's a little narrow now for the truck and I need to get it wider. And like I said, we'll work on the dam probably the rest of this afternoon and tomorrow. We'll get the dam fixed back the way we kind of want it, get it shaped up, get it roughed in, and we'll put a pipe in, get it set so if it does rain, it can drain out, get it, like I said, start down here and get the dam ready, and then we can get the mud out. Plus it'll give us to where we can, the back where we can put our mud back there. And there's actually enough in here, we may pile work somewhere.
Okay.
So we have some topsoil, because he's already got a bunch back there. And he's not half done. They still are right smart going to come out.
Yeah, because you still have to go all the way over and back.
Yeah.
You're about halfway.
Yeah. There's a lot in it.
Yeah.
And that was never took out of it originally. That was in this pond originally. It
that was washed
in.
From the sides?
Yes. Well, it just come in from the fields and everything.
Okay.
But that just on deeper, it was in it. They never took it out.
Gotcha.
Because there's some stumps. See, them stumps, they were in it. So there were trees down in here. And they just cut them off or broke them off and left them. Like I said, they didn't have equipment like that years ago where they could come in and get them.
Yeah.
I believe they started out working in the middle of the pond, just kind of cleaning out that, and then they realized once they started kind of digging into it that there was a whole lot more surface mud than we had originally realized, and so the process is going to be a whole lot longer than original, just because it got to get down to that clay to make a good bed for the pond. So while this time lapse was going on, I just thought I'd give you all a quick overview about the equipment you're looking at. So starting off with this excavator, it is a 320CL 2006 model. When he bought it, you could buy it for around 25 grand. Now it'll cost you around 75 grand. It'll hold about 1.5 cubic yards. This dump truck is a 725 cat. It's an early 2000s model. It'll hold 18.8 cubic yards of soil. When he bought it, it was around 35 grand. Now you can get it for around 100 grand. And please do keep in mind that this information is not entirely accurate. It is just based off of the best research that I could find. So this excavator is a 323F 2016 model. It is one size larger than the other one. It goes for around 300 grand now, and when he bought it, it was around 105, 100 grand. And it can move the same amount of dirt with this type of bucket, which is 1.5 cubic yards. A little bit about this dozer. It's a Komatsu D61. It's a 2000s model. Now you can get it for about $15,000 depending on how used it is. When he bought it, it was around $5,000 to $10,000, and it has a 12-foot 6-way blade. So this bulldozer is just going back and forth, making a cut on the dam, making a nice wide and level spot just in front of kind of the main part of the dam, actually, just to allow the excavators to come back later and to start digging out that part of the dam, like I mentioned later in the video, just so they can get rid of all that mud and that loose unpacked soil that makes up the majority of the dam now, and come back and fill it in with clay that they can pack themselves, bringing the clay from the middle of the pond just to make sure that there are as few leaks as possible in the dam. Right now, the excavators are kind of sitting behind and just to the right of the camera, knocking down some trees and cleaning up a bunch of brush they were behind the dam, giving room for them to take a bunch of fill dirt and a lot of the mud that they pull actually out of the middle of the dam and kind of that right side of the dam, if you're looking from the dam, just so they can expand the dam, make it wider, put all that mud and the bad soil per se kind of behind the dam, get it between the dam and the trees, and just kind of to clean up back there to make room just so they're not putting dirt around trees and on top of all the vines that are laying down there, just kind of piling it up, cleaning it up, making it look better and giving them more room to work. So at this point, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and man, just to see how much they've gotten done in maybe 6-8 hours, one day, just to think, this is just the first day, I can't wait to see how much they get done tomorrow and the next day and how quickly they can get it done. Just to think that 4 years ago in the February of 2020, we started this project when we dug the first drain ditch for the pond, and just to think how it's taken 4 years just to get to this point of having half the pond dug out, just because of course we had to wait 1.5 years for the pond to dry up to where we could actually step foot in the pond with a piece of equipment. But just to think of how time has really flown when you look back at it, just to see how long it took us to do it just every other Saturday. And then now they're doing it with 3 times as much equipment and manpower that we had, and the skill level as well. It's just impressive to watch these guys work, just to see them work as effectively and efficiently as they do. So huge shout out to Scott Langley for coming down and helping us out. You should check him out. But I just wanted to say they do some great work, and just how quickly this project has gone from when we were doing it to when we handed it over into his hands. So at this point in the job, they're making a cut or a trough in the dam. So they're just cutting the dam down to as far as they can or until they hit rock, just to clear out any of the mud or the gaping soil where the tree roots were when there were trees on top of the dam. They're just cutting that down as deep as they can or until they get to rock, so they can fill it back in with clay, like Scott had said, and pack it down, layer by layer, just to make sure that the dam leaks as little as possible. So you may notice that the excavator on the right is moving a whole lot faster and is getting a whole lot more done than the one on the left. That's because the one on the left had a lot deeper to dig before it hit rock, or the one on the right did. And so it just went a whole lot faster for the one on the right because it was a whole lot easier to reach that rock layer underneath the clay and mud. But that's a wrap up for day 1.